Well, hello, welcome to another Exploring Cornwall virtual walk. Hope everybody's staying safe. Today we're on the coast, we've ventured out a little bit further. It takes a bit of an effort to walk out here. We can hear the ocean below us. Great sound, very therapeutic. And we're going to walk a little bit of the southwest coast path because luckily we can get near some of it. There's 630 miles of it, so not much of it is within reach of home. But we'll see what we can find. And it's not a very nice day, it's a bit hazy and misty, but that's quite atmospheric. So let's go. So as we follow the path along, it's quite interesting. You could be forgiven for thinking you were in a woodland almost, because down below us here there are bluebells growing, and this plant here, those of you who have ancient woodland near you, this is dog's mercury, and we can see primroses as well, and these are all actually ancient woodland indicators. But what that does tell us is we're not in a woodland now, but one time this was trees, up until about 7,000 years ago maybe, and the trees have all been removed by people. We know this from pollen core samples taken out of the peat. Pollen survives peat and you can carbon date that, and we can tell what was growing here when. So today it looks very different to what it would have looked like, say 30, 40, 50,000 years ago. Obviously the trees weren't all removed one Saturday afternoon in a fit of gardening. It would have taken thousands of years. But we're left with almost a woodland ground flora. It's quite high tide at the moment, so a neap tide. The tide is high in the middle of the day. It's around about lunchtime. It's quite a swell running. We'll keep our eyes on the ocean as well, just in case. We might see the odd dolphin passing. We often see them on this coast. And there will be some camera shake today because the path is quite rough and rugged, this stretch. As we come up on these little outcrops and headlands, short grassy sward, there's a great little flower growing here. We'll stop a minute and have a look at these. This little star-shaped chap, this is Scilla verna, spring squill, SQUILL. These are its leaves, these needle-like leaves. That's this little cluster of star-shaped flowers, and is a spring flowering species. There's also another one, Scilla autumnalis, autumn squill, which is much more scarce, and that's one of those fantastic plants that it flowers after its leaves have appeared and died back, then the flower comes up. But you get swathes of this growing. You can see there's lots of them. You get these little blue and green lawns. What we do get is great views as you go up and down on the path as well. Around every corner it just keeps opening up. Got this huge swathes of European gorse, smelling of coconut, remember. Dropping down here into our next cove. This is Haldrine Cove, and coming up onto Besigran Head out here. And Besigran is a little bit more Cornish for you. Boss is home, and Egran means dry place. And there's a farm inland, Besigran Farm, and it's flat, high place between two valleys with streams in them. So the home at the dry place. The path really weaves around here. Just to give you a flavour of what we're walking along, high up above, about nearly 400 feet above the sea. I've stopped here to film. This is a female oil beetle, and she's just digging a burrow for her larvae to live in. Fantastic to see. This is a violet oil beetle. There's other species that are more scarce. You can see she's digging a hole, and what she's doing is digging a burrow for her larvae. Fantastic. So we're now high up on the headland. I'll show you the view down below, down the cliffs. Beautiful aquamarine sea below us. That's the reflection of pale sand that the granite and seashell create. This is Porthmoyna Cove. Beautiful. Cliffs disappearing in the mist. Porthmoyna probably means, Porth means cove, and Maen means stone or rock. This big sea stack below us covered in breeding seabirds. So there's fulmar, great black-backed gull, herring gull, shags, all on the nest down there below us. And you can see also the jointing in the granite. The vertical joints were formed when the granite cooled and contracted, solidified. The horizontal joints were as a result of all of those mountains being worn away that did once sit on top of us. And you get amazing weathering because the action of the rain and wind, etc., creates these amazing granite shapes. Fantastic. Boulders left perch as the granite is worn away. And I'm going to try and film something special for you, because sometimes something magical happens. As I say, the weathering creates these amazing perch blocks, and sometimes they end up just perfectly balanced, and with a little bit of persuasion you can actually get them moving. Now this stone weighs well over 10 tons, and I can easily rock it. And this is a Logan stone. Logan is Cornish for rocking, and it's said that if you find one of these and rock it, you can make a wish, because they're magical stones, although they may just be a geological feature. They're magical stones. I guess we all know what we'd wish for at the moment. So a Logan stone. When it's all safe to do so, come back and I'll take you and show you some.